Call item number 8 next, please.
Item 8, proclamation to recognize Child Abuse Prevention Month. Stan Vanderwerth, Commissioner, Cami Bremer, Commissioner, Board of County Commissioners.
Thank you. Proclamation to recognize Child Abuse Prevention Month. Whereas child abuse and neglect is a nationwide problem that is preventable when parents, families, communities, and government work together to advocate for caring and safe environments for all children. And whereas more than 16,400 reports of child abuse and neglect were received in 2018 by the El Paso County Department of Human Services, which provides oversight and protective services to at-risk children in our county. And whereas there is overwhelming evidence that child maltreatment can lead to a broad range of short-term and long-term physical and emotional health problems. And whereas the long-term effects of child abuse and neglect are felt by our whole community and need to be addressed by the entire community. And whereas effective child abuse prevention efforts, such as the Not One More Child Coalition, succeed because of the partnerships created among human service agencies, public health, the district attorney's office, schools, faith and civic organizations, the medical community, law enforcement, and first responder agencies, the business community, and concerned citizens. And whereas it is with thanks to community partners for their contributions in preventing abuse and neglect by developing family-oriented, community-based prevention, awareness, education, and training programs. And whereas the Department of Human Services, agencies, and community partners continue to support efforts to prevent child trafficking and youth suicides in the region. And whereas April is also National County Government Month, highlighting the critical role counties play in keeping communities healthy, vibrant, and safe, especially through the protection of children, its most vulnerable citizens. Now, therefore, the Board of County Commissioners of El Paso County, Colorado, hereby proclaims its support for the continued collaborative efforts towards preventing child abuse and neglect and raising the level of awareness in the community, and hereby declares the month of April as Child Abuse Prevention Month in El Paso County. Done this 18th day of April, 2019, Colorado Springs, Colorado. The Board of County Commissioners, Mark Waller, Chair, Lojinos Gonzalez, Vice Chair, Stan Vanderwerf, Holly Williams, and Cami Bremer, members.
Second.
Okay, that's been moved and seconded. So here's what we're going to do. I'll turn it over to Julie, but if anybody else would like to speak on this resolution, please kind of work your way down to the center, and then when you get up to the podium, state your name, sign in, and then you may begin. Julie.
Thank you, Commissioner Waller, and all of the commissioners for recognizing Child Abuse Prevention Month today. The national symbol for child abuse and neglect prevention is the pinwheel. And the reason the pinwheel is important is because it represents a happy and whimsical childhood, one that we want every child to have. This year, we're doing something really special with our partnership with the most amazing partners, the Colorado Springs Conservatory, and we're singing a song. And the song represents a need for 105 foster homes in El Paso County. It's a song called Home, and it really signifies that we need to bring our children home to El Paso County. Sometimes they're in congregate care, residential care in other counties, or a few times even in other states. And we have an amazing place to live and a supportive community. We want kids to be tied to their culture, to their family when safe, to their schools, to their neighborhoods, to their community in El Paso County. So we'll be singing this song. I also would just ask that my entire DHS team, this amazing team, please stand up, and we can recognize them. These are the folks that keep our kids safe in El Paso County, and they're really first responders. They do an amazing job, and I couldn't be happier to call them part of our team. So thanks to all of you. And with that, I would ask Linda to come up and just say a quick word, and the kids can sing their song and get back to school. Thank you.
Thank you, commissioners, and thank you all. On behalf of all of us at the Colorado Springs Conservatory, it is a privilege, and I'm extremely humbled by all the work that you all do, and all of my new friends at DHS. Julie, thank you so much. We have been a longtime partner of the county and serving through creative solutions, and the idea of 105 kids needing a home, it just breaks your heart, and we think that if the conservatory can be part of that solution, as it already has, we're looking at creating a drop-in program for kids that are in foster care, and what we've done so far has been very effective, and we look forward to continuing that work. We are serving 1,000 kids every year on site, and they come from across the county. So I feel like we represent a broad swath of what exists in our region, and we're just couldn't be more humbled and honored to be part of this conversation. With me, I have kids from all over the county to sing this song for you all, and there is a little group participation as would be expected, okay? So when we say everybody now, you start clapping and you say these two words, oh and ah. You got it? All right? All right. Without any further ado, we'd like to inspire you this morning to help bring more kids home to El Paso County in safe, happy places. Thank you.
I promise. Who wants to follow that? All right, is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak on this resolution?
Good morning. Oh, that gets me every time. I'm Jill Calvert with Children, Youth, and Family Services Division Director. April is the time of year where the community pauses to focus on the importance of child abuse prevention. It really is important because it takes everyone to keep children safe. I want to thank all of our partners and our colleagues, foster parents, law enforcement, the attorney's office, everyone who helps us in this. I particularly want to thank Julie Crow for all of her support and her advocacy for Children, Youth, and Family Services. I also would like to honor the Children, Youth, and Family Services team because they make this their profession year-round. This is their focus all the time. And there's only not that many of them for all of this community in order to help provide protection for children. So if Children, Youth, and Family Services could please stand up, I would appreciate it. Their work is important, it's demanding, it's significant, it's life-changing, it's needed, and it's honorable, and I would like to recognize the work they do today. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else in the audience like to speak on this resolution? Please come down, state your name, sign in, and you may begin. Or sign in, state your name, and you may begin.
Good morning. Or is this one? Okay. Good morning. My name is Mary Radetsky, and I wasn't going to talk on this. I came for another matter today. But I want to say what you do is so important because I was one of those children that got caught up in a system, 54 years ago. So this is great. And we shouldn't honor these people just for a day. We should honor them for 365 days a year. So for those who don't sing, you got to clap, you got to put your heart out there, and you got to open up your homes. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well said. All right. Anybody else? All right. Seeing none, I'll bring it up to the dais here, and who'd like to kick it off? Commissioner Vanderwerf.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Wow. You know, first of all, I want to thank the Conservatory Singers. And this is the third time I've heard them play. They get better every time, by the way. I think the county has done a great job in the sense of going around the community. I believe we've been to every municipality in the county. And I believe also we have a 100% participation rate in proclamations for Child Abuse Awareness Month, not only from El Paso County, but from every city and town in the county itself. And I personally got to see this at Manitou Springs and Green Mountain Falls. And at the Green Mountain Falls event, it's a small community. I think we had more singers in the boardroom for the meeting than there was residents of Green Mountain Falls, but it was still an awesome event. I think I just appreciate what El Paso County is doing. I appreciate what DHS is doing, what Julie Crow is doing, and the team. This is really fantastic. And, you know, I'll give you all a statistic. You may know it. It comes out of our little pamphlet that you can pick up upstairs. But we had in 2018 16,455 reports of child abuse and neglect in El Paso County. It is a big number. It's a real issue. Now, that might be a bigger number than you might see in other counties, but I believe the reason for that is because we are good, we are effective in this community at getting child abuse and neglect cases reported. And I would encourage anybody, if you're made aware of an issue or a challenge, please report it. Please seek help, because there is help in the county that can help you work through that issue and help protect the child. So again, my hat's off to everybody. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks to DHS. Thanks to the conservatory, the team. Y'all are fantastic. And I just think it's a great program that we do to raise this awareness. Thank you very, very much.
All right, thank you.
I just wanted to, I've got to go up to the town of Monument with their proclamation, and just love the song, love the conservatory's participation. This is an important issue for us to be honoring here and to continue to make our community aware. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Commissioner Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I too just wanted to thank everybody, all the participation, all the effort that goes into making sure that we are aware of this situation and that we address it, and particularly those that open up their homes to the children. I mean, we need to love them, we need to hold them, we need to make sure that they're taken care of. So God bless and thank you.
Thank you. I think government certainly has an obligation, but every single person in this room has an obligation to participate in taking care of our most vulnerable citizens, and certainly abused children fall in that category. I can't tell you how proud it makes me to be just a small part of a governmental organization that does such a great job of taking care of our most vulnerable citizens. And it certainly starts with Julie Crow, our Director of Human Services, and it permeates through her entire staff. You guys do such a great job in such a demanding and stressful environment. It truly unsung heroes. And this lady over here that was talking to us earlier, I think, said it best. We need to celebrate your accomplishments 365 days a year, not just one day out of the year. So thank you all for all you do. Thank you to the Conservatory. That's one of my favorite songs. Mumford & Sons, right? I'm sorry? Oh, gosh darn it. Love the song, though. Yeah, we'll strike that from the record. I never play 80s music trivia games, so it's terrible. But I love that song. Absolutely love it. Thank you for participating, and I always love to have the Conservatory kids come over and perform for us, do the Pledge of Allegiance. It just, we do some pretty stressful stuff here and have a lot of weighty things going on all the time, and it's always great and refreshing to be able to have the kids come over and either perform the Pledge of Allegiance or perform a song or something for us. It really, I think it does a lot for our mental health fitness. So thank you all for being here. Commissioner Bremer.
Thank you. We have 3 resolutions of proclamation today, and the reason that government entities will do these is to raise awareness of important issues that are extremely impactful to our community, and oftentimes also to recognize the wonderful work many of our citizens do. You've heard my colleagues reference the fact that that all the municipalities in the Pikes Peak region have also passed this resolution this month, and that's imperative. And it's imperative because child abuse and neglect is an issue that doesn't really care about jurisdictional boundaries. And it's an issue that affects all of us. It's one that takes diligence in approaching from a regional perspective. So for that, I am very honored to have read this proclamation on behalf of El Paso County today. And I'm also proud of our counterparts in the other municipalities for realizing the importance of this. I think I shared a quick story, and I was encouraged to share it again today, but at the April kickoff at the Conservatory, the April 1st kickoff, I was searching for the right words for such a heavy topic, and I was thinking about it on a Sunday afternoon, and sure enough, we're doing what we do on Sunday afternoons, clean up and get ready for the week at my house. And so a true story, my 4-year-old was helping us clean up, and we came across a pinwheel that was wedged behind a piece of furniture, and it was smushed, and it didn't spin very well anymore, and he was really upset and wanted me to fix it, and I couldn't really take away all the damage that had been done. There were creases and bends, but I was able to kind of mold it back into a pinwheel that could still spin and glisten and mesmerize him for at least a few minutes after that. But you heard Julie speak of the pinwheel as a symbol, and as a symbol of a whimsical life, but I see an additional analogy. I see the fragility, how easily that whimsical life can be crushed, and how it takes diligence and care to save it. And I am so proud that this community is working their hardest to do that. So thank you very much to all of you who have a piece of that.
Thank you. All right, with that, I will call the roll. Commissioner Bremer.
Aye.
Commissioner Vanderwerf.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. That passes unanimously. We will stand in a brief recess to now take a picture.
Thank you.